Classroom of the Elite Season 3 Episode 10, and this episode was about two things mainly. The first thing being obviously about advancing the plot, about the thing that is going to come in the upcoming episode, which is this final exam, and of course this episode had a lot of elements involving that, Ayanokouji doing this, doing that, Horikita doing this, doing that, but besides that, there was also another big element or another story that the episode focused upon, and I would say that it was actually the main part of the episode, and that was of course explaining the backstory of Hirata, because until this point we didn't actually know a lot about him. We knew that he was a really, I guess you can say, nice person, a sort of leader that was always looking for the other people, and as we all know, everyone in the classroom, including Ayanokouji, has a dark side. They're in that school for that exact reason, because they are in a sort of way not actually genuine people. They actually have a dark side to them. So of course, even though Hirata seemed to be like a perfect person that had no, dark side to him, that was always happy, we knew that that was actually not the case. We knew that sooner rather than later there was going to come a point where Hirata was actually going to show his true side, and of course we actually saw it. I think it was in the last episode or previous to last episode that he actually broke down, and we actually saw for the first time how actually he was as a person. And yeah, he was actually a very scary person, as we saw also in this episode. But now knowing a little bit more about him, he is a type of person that, although yeah, he had his dark side to him, is really not that bad. I mean, compared to other people, for example to Kuchida and Ayanokouji, of course, I mean, he's really not that bad of a person, even though, I mean, he did have a little bit of a dark side, a little bit of a dark story to him. But I mean, in reality, it was not really his fault if you really think about it. I mean, yeah, he chose to be on the sideway, but at the same time, I mean, you cannot really blame him, at least not everything on him, because I mean, he was just a, what was a middle schooler or something like that. So I mean, how much can you really blame him? It was actually the fault of the bully. So I mean, yeah, even though he did have, I guess you can say, a little bit of a dark side, and there was a year where the whole class was just being quiet and acting like robots because of him. I mean, at the end of the day, he was only doing it because he didn't want anyone to get, bullied anymore. So yeah, learning a little bit more about him in this episode made me see him in another way. Before this, I was suspecting of him having a dark side, because yeah, he was nice, he was almost the perfect classmate, the perfect being, but all that time I knew that he probably had some dark story, he probably did something really bad in the past. But after learning about his past in this episode, I would say that, I mean, I would see him as a really nice person, and a person that I would actually trust, a person that is really not that bad, all things being considered. And even the things he did, in the classroom in this new school, they were also not that bad. I mean, he was only trying to do his best. I guess you can say he did want to save Yamauchi, even though Yamauchi was conspiring against the class. So I guess you can say that was something bad that he was trying to do. Even at the end of this episode, he thought that what he was trying to do was actually the right thing to do. But I mean, he got over it. I guess you can say that is the only thing you can say that he actually did wrong, because at the end of the day, I think Horikita did the right thing, because I mean, Yamauchi was actually conspiring against everyone. So I guess you can say because of the past experiences, the past trauma that Hirata had, he was trying to save a person that actually didn't need to be saved, because he was actually a bad person. I'm speaking of course about Yamauchi. But besides that, I mean, he was actually a very nice character. He was actually a very nice classmate. He was always, cheering people. He was trying his best. Even though Ayanokouji said the opposite in this episode, he was being really cold to, Hirata. He was actually in a way trying to be nice. That is his way of being nice. I think he did that because he wanted the classroom to be together for this upcoming final exam. He didn't want anyone to be, out of it. He wanted everyone to be together for this upcoming exam. That is the reason why he, I guess you can say, broke Hirata, but he was only doing it for, I guess, good reasons. I don't know if he was actually doing it because he actually wanted to get Hirata to solve his own problem, or if he was only doing it for the class. I would say it is a mixture of both things, although probably more the case that he was doing it more because he wanted the best for the class. But I would say that there was also a small element, very very small element of Ayanokouji that also wanted him to get better. Another mini thing that I want to mention about the episode was that of Ayanokouji choosing Horikita as the person that will play the chess match. I actually mentioned in the previous episode that I thought it was going to be Ayanokouji and Sakayanagi, so that actually surprised me because he came out of nowhere. I actually thought that it was going to be Ayanokouji straight up against Sakayanagi, but man, was I surprised. I suppose Ayanokouji is doing this for a reason. He probably has a plan, but I don't know what plan that would be. I don't know if when the activity comes of the a chess match if other people can, give hints or help the person playing the match. In this case, Horikita. I don't know if Ayanokouji will be able to help her. I mean, I could see Sakayanagi putting a rule that could be allowed, but at the same time, would that be really a chess match? Because if there's other people helping you, I mean, that will be sort of a weird chess match. I mean, I can see it both ways. I could see it being a chess match with special rules and also just straight up being a regular chess match. But at the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that was basically everything that happened in the episode. But yeah, that was basically everything that happened in the episode. If you don't want to miss any episode reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me. And I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.